There's a few things that I didn't know about space, and one of them is it could be really profitable, like really profitable, like nothing on Earth has ever been profitable. My prediction has always been that you'll be able to take a vacation by operating a drone in a place you want to see. I take this e-bike into the parking lot, I do a circle, and I come back and I say, I got to ask you one question. Has anybody ever taken a test drive on an e-bike and not purchased it? And he laughed. He laughed. And he said, there's something called the e-bike smile, which he said he couldn't see with me because I had my mask on at the time. He goes, the people who do the test drive on the e-bike, when they come back, their smile is wrapped around their head. Well, we had a sort of launch interruptus today. Were you all watching with excitement as we were going to watch the Elon Musk rocket takeoff? Of course, NASA is involved, but they're not celebrities, so we'll call it the Elon Musk rocket. I was so excited for that, weren't you? I was worried, I gotta say, not totally, feeling safe, but I was really excited about it. Now, apparently it's postponed until Saturday. But here's the thing, I don't think I ever realized this before, because now it seems much more real. I mean, the fact that there are actually people in the capsule and they've got a time to send them up there, now it seems more real. And I don't know if you realize this, but Elon Musk is going to be the richest person in the universe. Because I don't know what SpaceX is worth now, Elon's share of it. But there's a few things that I didn't know about space. And one of them is it could be really profitable, like really profitable, like nothing on Earth has ever been profitable. Apparently all you have to do is land on one asteroid and start mining the rare materials, and you've got like $1 trillion per asteroid. So there's a lot of money just floating around up there if you can get to it. Then the other thing I heard today, I don't know the details, but it sounds really exciting. I think might have been Dana Perino's show, but I saw somewhere there was an expert, it might have been another show, saying that one of the benefits of being able to get into space is that apparently 3D printers work really well in space. So well that you can 3D print human organs as long as you're in space. Did you know that? Like, that came out of nowhere. I was like, what? Are you telling me that all you needed was to be away from gravity and you solved the problems of printing human organs? Now, I gotta think there's more to it. But there was at least somebody willing to say that on television. And I thought, wow, there's a lot of money up there in space. So it kind of makes sense that Bezos is trying to do something and Elon Musk is trying to do something, because whoever gets to space first with an actual business model and ability to do multiple trips and stuff, we're talking multi-trillions of dollars of net worth. I mean, kind of money that you would never ever see on Earth. But I'm going to tell you about the future. Would you like to hear about the future? So, two things. There's a place called the Faroe Islands. I never heard of them. Faroe. I guess it's a tourist destination. I have no idea where. But I just saw a website where they're giving remote tours with a local. So I don't know exactly how they do it. I think they put a camera on some local person's head, and then you can control where he goes. So you can actually send the local out walking on the island and looking around and looking at the sights, and you just sort of control where the local goes. It's like a human robot or something. I don't know the details, but I thought it was funny and creative. So my prediction has always been that you'll be able to take a vacation by operating a drone in a place you want to see. So in other words, if you say, I'd like to see the Great Wall of China, someday you'll be able to go onto a website and just log on to a drone, and you'll just be able to control your own drone. And you just take it up and look around on your screen and take a look at the Great Wall of China. Now I know, maybe China's the last place that would allow that, but the point is, I think people will be taking remote virtual vacations, or really just sightseeing, not a vacation, by a drone that they operate from where they are. I think there's a latency problem, so maybe that doesn't work. Here's the other part of the future that I guarantee you is coming. So during the lockdown, I went to buy myself a new bicycle. And I thought, hey, I'm going to look at those new electronic bicycles. They've got a battery that's built in to the bike, and you still have to pedal, but the battery gives you a little boost on hills. And I'd read a little bit about them, and they sounded interesting. And I thought, I will look into this electronic bicycle situation. So I ended up getting one. Here's how long it took me to make the decision. The bicycle shop guy, and of course it was all coronavirus rules, and this was a couple weeks ago. It's all coronavirus rules, so I'm the only one in the shop. And I pick out one, and he lets me take it for a test drive in the parking lot. So I take this e-bike into the parking lot, I do a circle, and I come back and I say, I got to ask you one question. Has anybody ever taken a test drive on an e-bike and not purchased it? And he laughed. He laughed. And he said, there's something called the e-bike smile, which he said he couldn't see with me because I had my mask on at the time. He goes, the people who do the test drive on the e-bike, when they come back, their smile is wrapped around their head. Now, I got to tell you, you don't quite understand how fun this is. If you've never ridden one, hold your judgment. Can I ask you that? Can I ask you that if you haven't ridden one, just assume, as I did, that you don't understand it. Please assume that, because there's something really cool coming. There's something really cool coming. So here's the deal. So I've been riding this around for, like I said, a couple weeks. And the one thing that happens every single time is that my attitude just completely transforms. My attitude just goes into positivity, and I feel great. I feel free, just everything. It's amazing. The feeling you get is not the feeling of a motorcycle. It's not the feeling of a bicycle. Those are both good, right? People like bicycles. They're great. People like motorcycles. They're terrific. This is better. This is better. I've had a motorcycle. I know what a motorcycle feels like. Here's why it's better. A motorcycle is a little bit boring and scary at the same time. If you're going down the freeway on your motorcycle, you should be, unless you're not normal, pretty afraid of something out of your control killing you at any moment. And that never really goes away when you're on a motorcycle, unless, I don't know, maybe it does for some people, but it never did for me. At the same time, it's also fun, but there's not much you can do. You don't have a lot of freedom or where you can do. You got to obey the laws, etc. And you have this big helmet on that's covering your whole head, so you're not really even outdoors, basically. And then a bicycle, of course, is wonderful, but if you have a lot of hills, and I live where there are a lot of hills, it's it limits what you can and cannot do. With the electric bike, I've only charged it. I charge it maybe once a week, and you can go up any hill easily. You still have to pedal, so you always have a feeling of control. But here's the fun part: the sensation you have is that you're super strong. And yes, the price was just about what you're guessing in the comments there. So it's pretty expensive. Now the batteries. Here's the part that tells you what the future looks like. You can go forever on these. You actually will just sort of never get tired. You can just ride it forever, up hills, down hills. So distance just goes away. The other thing is that the quality of the batteries is improving all the time. So the price is going down, the power is going up. I guarantee you that the future is small personal vehicles. Now, I don't know that the Segway is quite the form that people are going to want, because it's sort of bulky and you can't ride it on the sidewalk, you can't ride it on the street too easily. It just doesn't belong anywhere. But bicycles belong everywhere. I can take my bicycle everywhere. I can take it in my house if I don't want it to be stolen. There's no place I can't go with my bicycle. So that's my prediction to you, is that these electronic assist vehicles, be they bikes or trikes or who knows what they will be, they're really going to be big because they're great. They're just great. And also, as I was saying before, it makes you question the subjective nature of reality. Because if every time I'm on it I'm happy, it kind of tells me that it's not my life that made me unhappy in the first place. Somebody asked how heavy it is. First of all, the battery is easy to remove. It just comes right off. But one person can lift it and put it in the back of a SUV. It's heavier than a regular bike. You wouldn't want to do a lot of biking without the electronic assist turned on.